Sushi calls and sweaty balls. This is Scotch Sporting.
Okay, I have missed talking to you guys since the Deshaun Watson decision came out.
Right. We did talk about it, right, Mark? On that last one, I think.
No, we
No,
didn't.
it was
we didn't
after.
have a
Okay.
podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have. So since we have all been together, minus Tyler, I hope you are listening to this and sleeping. Deshaun Watson was suspended for 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Well, the judge ruled 6 games was enough.
Yeah,
Right.
6 games was enough, but the judge said this is a predatory pattern of behavior,
Mm-hmm.
and even laughably banned him from getting massage therapy off-site. So it's like that's admitting that
Right. That there's an issue here.
that there's a bit of an to me that is
But
just
6
like
games is sufficient to deal with this issue.
that's such a band-aid. It's girls getting sent home in high school for wearing
cut
spaghetti
tops.
straps with short skirts, and it's
No.
like, or teach the boys in the class to not be dirty little perverts.
Boys will be boys.
Like, I know we're just gonna we know on his own time he's just gonna start sticking his dick and stuff.
When you start, you just grab him by the pussy.
Yeah, but we will ban him from going off site, and that's how we will stop.
Yep.
It's so fucking stupid. So the NFL is appealing this decision. Roger Goodell thinks he should be banned for at least a full year.
Well, what I think is interesting about this whole thing is the day before the ruling came out, I believe it was Watson's agent or lawyers or someone said, hey, we're not going to appeal this decision either way. We hope that the league does the same. So let's just let the decision be the decision and move past this.
Let's not forget,
which leads
they
me to
both
believe
agreed.
that they knew that he was getting off a little bit light.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and
And
then
the fact that they both agreed
he
to
could have
the-
even appealed the 6 games and been like, that's too much.
Yeah.
So since I'm just on the NFL suspension, so 6 games for did we end up getting 27 accusations, I believe?
It was at least 26. Might have been 27, but I know for sure it was 26.
So suspensions for violating substance abuse policies. I'm just gonna go filter by games. Amount of games here. Give me one second.
Didn't Ricky Williams get suspended for a whole year for smoking a joint?
Yeah.
Josh Gordon did it twice.
And got suspended for a year?
A year, both times.
So smoking weed worse than whipping your dick out in front of 26.
2016, Rolando.
That we know of. Remember, there's 66 women.
Right. 26 accusations of whipping your dick out while getting a massage. That's nothing compared to smoking weed.
Von Miller got 6 games.
For?
Substance abuse or substance violations. Will Fuller got 6 games. That was very recent. Bradley Robbie got 6 games. That was also very recent. For substance abuse, so obviously smoking marijuana and hitting women, as we discussed. Player suspensions. Let's see. Myles Garrett indefinite for violated unnecessary roughness and unsportsmanlike.
That was the helmet swinging at Mason Rudolph's head.
Yeah.
Indefinite suspension for swinging a helmet.
It's a very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
Vontaze Burfict got 12 games, the remainder of the 2019 season, repeatedly violating the league's player safety policy stemming from
that guy's a dirty player.
Minneapolis Colt. Jack Doyle. Insider trading. Michael Kendricks in 2018 got 8 games for violating the personal conduct policy stemming from a guilty plea to insider trading.
So insider trading.
Yes.
Worse
more
than Worse than whipping your dick out. Got it.
Worse than.
You just got to know where you stand whipping your dick out if it's better or worse than insider training.
Zeke in 2017 got 6 games for violation of the personal conduct policy stemming from a domestic violence case. I don't believe he was ever convicted for anything, but I will have to look that up.
Interesting.
So if you're gonna do anything to a woman, whip your dick out rather than.
But let's not forget, the NFL does want at least a year. It's the judge who ruled 6 games.
No, and that's fine,
Yeah.
and you're absolutely right in what you're saying, because Goodell was like, no, this isn't enough, and he's now like he's seeking indefinite and minimum a year, which I mean he's gonna get what he wants, right? Roger gets what he wants.
Well, here's my question for you guys. Maybe Mark, you know the NFA better. Can't Roger Goodell just say, "You do not play in our league"? Can't he just void his contract? You do not play in our league anymore.
But then there's a whole lawsuit with the PA who will absolutely sue him back.
Yeah.
Right.
But he can't say, "Look, you've clearly violated our code of conduct."
And then the lawyers on Deshaun's side will say, "Well, we both agreed to an arbitrator. We both chose this person, and this person ruled 6 games. And now you want to back out in that arbiter's decision? And that's why you're going to get this fucking lawsuit."
And then the Cleveland Browns expect Deshaun Watson to be the quarterback for the preseason opener against Jacksonville. And they don't actually have to either. Like, that's my message to the Cleveland Browns and the NFL is, you don't have to start him.
No, you don't. But they're paying him. What is it?
230 million.
230
Guaranteed.
You don't have to. You don't have to though. You can give the ball to Jacoby Brissett.
It's guaranteed.
But you still don't have to. Like, I'm thinking as a PR person.
No, the PR is going to come in after he gets the 1-year suspension and they sign Kaepernick.
Or the PR is going to come in. They're hoping they win a Super Bowl because the Super Bowl will just sports wash everything, right?
Oh, and they'll talk about all the adversity that Deshaun Watson's gone through.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Oh, it'll be so good. I could see the headlines now.
But is there no woman in that office going, maybe just don't start him? They're not. So let us take. I think we asked, I believe a couple podcasts ago, subjectively or objectively, how good is Deshaun Watson?
Mm-hmm.
What was Cleveland's record last year?
8-9.
Sounds right.
And I might have asked this question, so I do apologize. And I know there is that this year. Cleveland was 8-9 last year with Baker Mayfield. What is Deshaun Watson bumping them to?
8-9.
At least 10. At least 10. But it depends on the schedule because everyone in that division is, well, minus the Steelers, in actual contention.
Think they're going to make the playoffs?
I have to look at the schedule, but if Deshaun's starting, they have a better shot at making the playoffs than if he's not starting.
So let's say scandal aside,
He's starting all 17 games.
Starting all 17 games. Are the first question, are they making the playoffs?
I have to check their schedule again.
And second question would be, how far do they go?
Oh, they won't go far. There's at least 2 teams better than them in the division. The Ravens and the Bengals. And now Kareem Hunt wants to be traded, so they've lost a running back.
When that guy doesn't want to be in our game. Anyone wants to look up Kareem Hunt? There's they have it looks like a tough schedule, I think. They play the Chargers, the Patriots, then the Ravens, the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Bucks.
Yeah, like they do not have an easy schedule.
They don't have an easy schedule. So still 10, you think? At least 10?
He can get to 10. Deshaun can get them 10. Baker wouldn't have gotten them to 10.
And last year they were 9?
8 and 9.
8.
Yeah.
So 2 games. Deshaun Watson is buying you. But you, like, completely objectively, Deshaun Watson is not your key to winning the Super Bowl.
He's an important key, but not the key.
So is it worth it to start him as the, like, that's what I just don't understand. Like, if Tom Brady came out or Gisele Bündchen came out and said, look, Tom Brady shoved me down the stairs the other day.
Oh man.
I can see the Bucks being like, well,
that sucks. But here's a bunch of money, so you don't tell anybody.
You know, we make jokes about it, but it's true. Like how good you are at sports versus what a shitty person you can be. Like it's definitely a bit of a seesaw. And I don't think the seesaw is in favor of starting Deshaun Watson enough that I'd overlook this.
Right. But a lot of fans in Cleveland are.
Is that the problem? Are fans in Cleveland like, oh,
they're so desperate for a winner. They haven't had a actual star quarterback in forever.
Who was their star quarterback?
The one who won the MVP. What's his name?
That much of a star, you can't think of his name.
Bernie Kosar. That's
okay. And what year would
that
that
was
have
in
been?
the 80s.
80s.
That was in the 80s.
Well, you know what else is from the 80s?
Me.
My old ass. So
I think you're 7. Oh, are you?
I'm 80. I'm 80, right on.
Ooh, sorry.
80s years old?
So old.
I hate you.
So we think Rodgers winning?
Oh God, yeah. Roger gets what he wants, man. I think that even if he gets what he wants, it's still not over. Like that'll get appealed. Which is
then that's my worry is that it's like this is almost like the perfect scenario for Watson. He appeals, that way it allows him to play in week 1 and throughout the season while this is all going on in the courts.
But that's why, like, it just drives me insane. Like what I posted on our doc for the show of like, okay, then it lands on the Cleveland Browns. You don't have to start him.
But
he's not that good.
But they're going to.
They're going to, and I think the PA would have something to say about that as well.
I just be like, hey, we decided Jacoby Brissett was a better guy for the locker room, so we made a decision as the
and then the PA say, well, you're paying the wrong guy $230 million then, if that's the case.
And that's on us. A boneheaded move on us. We just think this guy, like the players listen to this guy more.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time the higher paid guy sits on the bench.
So prediction, as I have asked when we talk about the scandal, if anyone wants to update, is Deshaun Watson starting game 1 as the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback, and or how many games will we see him play this season? Does anyone want to change any of their answers?
I don't remember what I said, but I'm staying.
So let's hear an answer.
I'm saying he's playing 0 games this season.
I'm leaning towards a full season with this whole court thing.
So the 6 games are going away because it's being appealed.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, I'm with Mark. He's going to play the whole season because it's going to be under appeal. He won't do very well.
Ha.
And then it's going to be really easy for them to go like, bye-bye. And then he'll serve his indefinite suspension starting next year after they've proven he's actually not very good.
That would be hilarious.